I really didn't see the dot here, by the way, viewers. What are you cleaning with, though? What are you carrying with you? Oh, okay. Sup, beautiful. Oh, no. That's not gonna do. That's not gonna do. Claire? I'm sorry, but I'm busy with cleaning at the moment. Oh, she looks down. Oh, dear. Claire. Are you still worried about your dad? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Claire, are you still worried about your dad? Yes, I am. You remember what we talked about the day before Christmas Eve? Did you get around to asking him about it? I tried! The game didn't offer me the choice to do that. Did you find out if there's someone special in his life? Well, it's probably me. Because we shared a drink. I never got around to asking him outright, but I kind of got an impression from the way he was acting. Really? I didn't see anything. Oh, well, actually, no. He does have feelings towards his ex. So, what you're trying to tell me is that you didn't ask, right? I'm not interested in maybes. I need to know for sure. That pout. Claire, after all, this could be the last chance. Last chance? Last chance for what? I knew it. I just knew it. I had a feeling all along that he wouldn't keep his promise. Oh, promise? What is she talking about? What promise? Claire, what promise was that? It was one Dad made after Mom left. It was one Dad made after Mom left. What did he promise? He promised something on that first Christmas without Mom. It was a sad Christmas for me. Dad was busy at the cafe, and I was all alone. Yeah, yours truly, so I can't speak English. I waited up until he'd finished work and returned home. He was a little drunk when he got there, though. Whoa. He was probably sad. Still, when he saw me, he pulled me into a hug and said that we would find happiness. Just the two of us. He promised that we'd be happier than we'd ever been before. Aren't you? Happier than you'd ever been, huh? He forced himself into a smile at the time, but I knew the truth. I could see past his smile, and I can see past his smile and to the tears that fell from his eyes. Oh shit. I knew that Mom leaving was the hardest thing he'd ever had to deal with in his life. That's why I promised him something too that night. I promised that I'd also look for a way for us to be happy. And that's why you started to thinking of them getting back together, right? Right. That's all I've thought about since. But I don't know what Dad's thinking anymore. Well. Got good news for you. Lady, the last chance for what? The last chance for what, Claire? The last chance for him and Mom to get back together. If Dad doesn't step in and do something right away, it'll be too late. Mom's going to move to Boston. She's gonna live near Pork. She's gonna meet with someone named Walk that lives near the Pork. I know. I have a really bad Boston accent impression. Yeah, I know. Pork! That's what I mean when I say this is his last chance. This is how we talk. This is how we talk. I'm gonna stop. So you're holding out hope for your folks to give it a second try. Is that it? That's right. I want them to get back together more than anything. I've been wishing for it for ages now. I see. That's where I was last night, Mr. Hyde. With Mom. Alright. That's when she told me about her plans to leave for Boston. I asked her straight if she'd give Dad a second chance and try to start over. But this is how she responded. She said that she still loved him, even now, but that she couldn't return to Lucky's Cafe. Sure, it was good memories for her, but it also has some bad ones too. She was scared that returning here would bring the bad ones back, and she couldn't stand it. What kind of bad memories? The memories about Dad's loans. Well, I guess probably this is something that can ruin a relationship or affect a relationship, that's for sure. She told me all about it. After they fell out, business started to decline at the cafe. Mom hated the idea of borrowing money off a certain person, but Dad did it anyway. Is that so? That's what eventually led to them breaking up. Who was the person he borrowed from? Don't tell me it's gonna be Jack Green. Don't pull that shit on me, game. Don't tell me it's gonna be Jack Green. Who was the person he borrowed from? It was Mrs. Patrick. Ah. Max. That's what I heard. He got the money he needed from her. Mom's never been able to forgive him for that. And do you know about this? No, I had no idea. I'd never heard about it until last night. This is the last thing Mom told me last night. She said Dad still hadn't repaid all the money he borrowed. Really? That doesn't make sense at all. Why was he giving away money and all that? Who was I trying to kid? Dreaming that Mom and Dad would get back together and we'd all live happily ever after. I certainly let my imagination get the better of me, didn't I? I should have known it was never going to happen. I was stupid to even think it could! Claire. As we get older, we learn to become more accepting of each other's shortcomings. I'm sure your folks are no different either. So, if they really still love each other enough to put that whole ordeal in the past, who's to say that your dream won't come true after all? Oh, goddamn. My dream? It's all down to how much affection they still have for each other. I'll tell you what your dad told me last night. Oh shit. Really? I'll tell you just how much your dad still loves your mom. Mr. Hyde. You take everything too much to heart, Claire. But sooner or later, both of them are going to set up and notice how you're feeling. When that happens, they'll finally be able to answer each other's questions. That's why the best thing you can do is keep that smile on your face and stop sighing. You're right, Mr. Hyde. I need to look on the bright side. I'm playing Dr. Phil here, fixing broken homes and whatnot. I'm still curious, though. Yeah, about Sydney's debt, huh? Well, I guess that's a question for Sydney, huh? Is it for Sydney or is it for Max? Probably for Sydney. We'll see. What's up, beautiful? Oh, now she's smiling. Claire! Thanks a million, Mr. Hyde. I feel much better now. Now, even in here, she's smiling. Alright. Nice. Hey, we gotta do a good deed. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Sydney. Sydney, how did it go, Mr. Hyde? Did you manage to find out what's been troubling Claire? I asked her, all right, but she's got some serious worries on her mind. She's worried about love. Oh, don't tell him like that. About what? I feared it might be something like that. I should have known something was up when she left at that hour last night. So what's going on? Has she hooked up with some guy? Is she tearing her is he treating her badly? Whoa, hold on there, Sydney. You motherfucker. Hyde, you could have just talked about that. She was thinking about him and her mom's relationship. Whoa, hold on there, Sydney. Let's not jump to conclusions, because might actually be your future son-in-law. But you just told me she's having problems with her love life. That is what you said, wasn't it? Not really, no. It's got nothing to do with her love life. She's worried about her mom and you. Her mom and me? It was her mom she met up with last night. You know what she's hoping? She's hoping that you and her mom will give it another try. So that's what it's all about. Also, there's something I need to ask you. What is it? Immediately like that? Alright. We're gonna talk about the loan? What's happening with the loan for Megs? How on earth did you find out about that, Mr. Hyde? Claire let me in on it, and it was her mom who told her. I see. Well, it all goes back to when we needed money to get this place up and running. Mrs. Patrick was kind enough to give us what we needed. It all stems from me knowing her late husband. Oh. I've been paying in installments each month. In half a year, my debt will be settled. Okay. A debt from fucking... for a decade-old debt? And you've kept paying for a whole decade? That's very generous. She said she has too many bad memories to do with money troubles. For her, it's a very real person not... For her, it's a very real reason not to give you a second chance to get back together. So that's the root of it. She still doubts me. This one is interesting, so I'm gonna ask about, her mom's doubt. What does Claire's mom doubt about you? She thinks there's something between me and Mrs. Patrick. Ooh. Is that it? I guess Max is easy on the eyes. Yes, I'm... call me have a nice day. The MILF Hunter. She does. That was just something my wife was worried about. You see, when Mrs. Patrick was standing trial, I believed that she was innocent. Trial? What trial? My wife was convinced she was guilty. And from that point, she was sure that Mrs. Patrick and I had something going on. Or maybe she... Was she... Was she a suspect? She was under suspicion that she was involved in the murder that happened here? And from that point, she was sure that Mrs. Patrick and I had something going on. Meaning that, when I borrowed the money, she refused to forgive me for what I've done. So was there any truth to it? You and Mrs. Patrick, I mean. Or was it simply all a huge misunderstanding on Claire's mom's part? Let's just give her a name, come on. Of course it was just a misunderstanding. I only had eyes for her. There was never anything between me and Mrs. Patrick. Well, looking how how Claire fared. Her mom is probably a looker too. God damn. When did Mag stand trial? I'm actually interested in this one. I'm actually interested in both of them. All of them are really interesting questions. Let's follow with this one for now. Sydney, when did Mag stand trial? Well, let's just forget about that, shall we? Yeah, I'm gonna push. Dude, I helped you with your goddamn daughter. Come on. So you can't tell me, huh? Not really. Well, I can't beat it out of you, but I can ask you nicely. Will you tell me? Yeah, I suppose I could. Oh, alright, that worked. Seeing as it's you I'm talking to. But you have to promise to keep it to yourself. Mind? Of course. 13 years ago. Okay. Mrs. Patrick was a suspect in a certain incident. The jury returned a verdict of innocence, though, and she was freed. Alright. What kind of incident was it? She was suspected of killing her husband. Whoa. What the hell? She was a suspect in a murder case? I don't remember how, what we know about her husband, though. Like, how did he die? We really don't know. She was, indeed. Sydney, why was her husband... Mr. Hyde, I've got nothing more to say on the matter. Can we leave it there, please? The verdict was innocent. And that's all that counts. I really don't want to talk about it anymore. I understand. I just need to make sure. Make sure of what? Make sure of what? Have a nice day. Click! The next one. Oh, alright, give me some time. I'm pouring myself some tea. I just need to make sure. But you will keep this discussion between us, won't you? I'll try. By I try, I mean I won't. I really don't want anything I've said about Mrs. Patrick to get out. I only told you because I trust you. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Then we understand each other. The last thing I want is to cause any trouble for Mrs. Patrick. Okay. I'll try to keep silent. I'm not gonna bring it up to her until it's necessary. How did you know Mag's husband? He was a customer in the restaurant here when this place was still a hotel. I would wait on his table a lot. I used to work there when I was younger, you see. Anyway, George Patrick, or Mrs. Patrick's husband, as I should call him, was a regular. Very partial to cheesecake, as I recall. Goddamn, so he died from diabetes, huh? What kind of man was he? I remember him telling me that he used to play the sax in his youth. Huh. But at the time when I knew him, he was the owner of several eateries around town. To sum him up, he wasn't afraid to spread his money around. All the waiters jostled for the right to wait on his table. Of course, all they were after were the tips he'd offer them and nothing more. I mean, that's normal. He'd always be around when the hotel was having an evening event. In particular, he always came to the parties they called Scarlet Star. What? Scarlet Star? What connection could this have to the thing I'm looking for? They actually call these events the Scarlet Star. Or parties called Scarlet Star? Yes, there were. Every month, Hotel Cape West would hold a party on a date with the number 6 in it. So it's 6, 16, and 26. Those parties would be called Scarlet Star. How did they earn that name, though? I couldn't tell you. I haven't got the faintest idea, I'm afraid. Other parties that were held there had similar names, like Gold Star or Silver Star. I guess I'm gonna assume the Red Star is when the communists pop up. They drink one for Lenin. Those were held on dates with the numbers 3 or 9. 3, 13, and 23. 9, 19, and 29. Oh, so no. They only held it 3 times in February every 4 years, huh? Neat. What kind of parties were they? Just run-of-the-mill affairs, really. You know, the type with food and drinks, and the live band and dance floor. No chicks? I was there on a number of occasions, and they were all pretty similar. Okay. Now, was that everything you wanted to ask me about, Mr. Hyde? I do have a cafe to run, you know. Alright. Actually, there is something else. Oh. What do you want to know? Do you still love your wife? Well, it's not his wife. Do I what? I want to hear how you really feel about her. Well, Dude, that's personal. Come on. Oh, shit. I love her, and there's no denying it. I love her, and there's no denying that fact? Damn. I just haven't got the confidence to tell her. To tell her you love her? Not exactly. To tell her that I want us to give it another try. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. Hyde? I mean, it's easier if you guys are late. I think it's easier if you guys are late and the kids are old. Even when 2 people really love each other, it doesn't guarantee it'll work out. The real reason we separated was to do with me. When I think about how it happened, now I can see exactly why she walked out. If only I could have seen things the way I see them now. I tried to console myself by making her the villain and branding her as heartless. But the truth is, I was a fool. I was a fool! The worst thing is that it took losing my wife for me to notice how she was feeling. That's why I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if we did get back together, I'd do the same thing over again. I'm sure she's thinking along the exact same lines, though. You may feel unsettled, but you clearly want to have another shot at happiness. Mr. Hyde. Claire told me about the promise you made her. She did. She told me about the first Christmas you spent without your wife. And when you told her that you'd find happiness again together, she's been thinking about that ever since. So you got separated and you kept the girl? Usually, I don't know, usually girls live with their moms, but I don't know. Maybe it's the opposite, actually. Actually, it's actually better than the opposite. Daughters lives with their fathers, sons live with their mothers. She's been thinking about that ever since. Well, her idea of happiness is having her family back and all living together. Mr. Hyde, it's not my place to dictate to you how your family should be, but I'll tell you this for free. There aren't many families that can get back together. Most of them who have tried fail. Ain't that a fact? A sad, but a true one. Okay, I need to be somewhere. Oh. That took us 3 hours, oh. I wonder if they'll get back together. Hello again, Mr. Hyde. Hi, Sydney. Oh, Mr. Hyde. You were talking about the hotel the other day, weren't you? After you left, I remembered another story that may interest you. Oh, another story? Would you like to hear it? Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Ha! I thought you'd be keen, but not quite that much. Well, you know the elevator started working the other day, right? Yeah, apparently the repairs were all finished. The very elevator has been in use since the place was a hotel. It's a lot more temperamental than anyone would have, Sounds a little worrying. So someone can actually control it easily? Actually, only yesterday I got trapped inside it. You did? Well, there you go. It's a safety hazard. And no mistake. Alright. Is that a hint that I should stay away from the elevator? I'm gonna try then. The strange thing is, back in those days, it used to stop and start even more frequently. Even stranger still, it always stopped between the 4th floor and the roof. Really? Interesting. Between the 4th floor and the roof. You should have heard some of the things the staff shouted when it happened. Of course, it had regular work done on it, but always seemed to have problems. Nothing has changed then. Well, that's the real mystery. When this place was renovated, when this place was renovated, it started working perfectly. It did. Yeah, so I guess when it stopped with you in it, it was just your bad luck. Well, go figures. Could well be. Huh, interesting. Interesting. I wonder if we should actually check that. I don't know if we should check that or stay away from the goddamn elevator. Something I can help you with? No, it's nothing. Well, good thing that we actually talk to him then. Let's go ahead and check on Claire. Hi. Claire? Thanks a million, Mr. Hyde. I feel much better now. Well, I guess that's that. She doesn't have anything to say. Alright. Where should we go, I wonder? Something that Sydney said has got me thinking. It said that there was a person who always attended the Scarlet Star parties. I think I need to find out a little more about that person. Maybe we need to go talk to Margaret? Ask her about the parties? I guess we can. Hello there, Mr. Hyde. Mrs. Patrick, you wouldn't be any chance have any free time at the moment, would you? As a matter of fact, I would. There's something I'd like to ask you. And what might that be? Yeah, I'm not gonna ask that. I'd like to hear about your husband. Why would you want to know about him? When we last spoke, you told me a little about your late husband. You said he enjoyed jazz music and even used to play the saxophone. That's right. I must confess, I'm into jazz music too. I often listen to it in my room. The best kind of jazz always features a saxophone, don't you think? Well, if you say so. We definitely bored her. You came to me. You knocked on my door just to talk to me that you like jazz? Alright. So once I heard that your late husband played it, I instantly became interested. Would you be so kind as to tell me a little more about him? Why, certainly, since you ask so nicely. Please come inside. Damn, we got a date with a hot MILF. Oh, where is she? Oh, that's her. Alright, I'm gonna go check your room here. Please, Mr. Hyde, don't go into that room. Is your late husband still in there? The goddamn watch is still in here? Mr. Hyde, what do you think you're doing? Somebody sure should bomb your face. Mrs. Patrick, your husband played the tenor saxophone, didn't he? Yes, that's right. When did he start? As a pro, I mean. He was already part of an established band at the age of 20. Oh. So he must have studied how to play it somewhere. Do you know where? He told me that he taught himself how to play. That he was into jazz from the moment he was born. What kind of person was he? He was a real gentleman, both masculine and masculine and invigorating at the same time. These qualities guaranteed him a hit with the ladies. Ooh. When did he throw in the towel and stop playing? I'm sorry? Well, he went on to run several eateries around town, didn't he? And he was a regular guest at the hotel restaurant here too, right? Who told you that, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was Sydney. I looked it up. I found out all about him from an old newspaper article I got from the library. It was right there alongside one about your court case. Ah, smart. It seems like you've gone to a great length to investigate me, Mr. Hyde. Doesn't it? Tell me, why is it that you've been investigating me? I told you, I'm interested. I'm keen to learn more about the kind of stuff your late husband played. Not to mention about you, seeing as you're a widow just like my mom. I see. That is still weird. So you know everything, it would seem. Should I push? Not really. I don't really know everything. What if I ignore that? Let her laugh it out. What? Really? Can I check your watch? No, alright. Interesting. Is that? Maybe something will pop up once we try to go out. Hold on. The way Megs was acting just now changed suddenly. So we know everything, it would seem. Okay. So she must have found something I said funny. Yeah, this is what I tried to find, but the game didn't give me an opportunity. Have you got a moment? Why did you laugh all of a sudden? Mr. Patrick, why did you laugh suddenly just now? What? Did I say something funny? I just had to laugh. I have things in my past that I would be happy never to share with anyone. And I was planning on keeping it that way until we've all gone our separate ways. Yes, as the day we all leave draws ever close. You choose now to suddenly develop an interest in my past. I just found that very amusing. Mrs. Patrick, they call me the MILF Hunter. For a reason. I'll answer your questions. I was suspected of murdering my husband. I'm gonna pretend that I'm shocked. That was 13 years ago. When he and I were living together, our house was burgled. Burgled one day. The burglar struck me and knocked me unconscious. Whoa. When I awoke, my husband's body was lying lifeless beside me. Oh no. In my right hand, I was clutching the gun that was used to kill him. I was framed by somebody. The evidence was more than sufficient for them to hold me as a suspect. But it seems that fate smiled on me that day as I was declared innocent. Did they catch the real culprit? I'm gonna say that they didn't. Was the real culprit caught? No, they never found him. And though I was declared innocent, people will always remember the accusations, mud sticks, or whatever the saying is. What you said about my late husband is quite true, Mr. Hyde. He was a regular face at this place when it was a hotel. On the day I was acquitted, I took control of the money my husband left to me and purchased the hotel. I wanted to own the place he held so dear when he was alive. And that, Mr. Hyde, is all this lonely widow can tell you. Okay. Huh? Oh, it's her phone. That appears to be my phone. To be the phone. Would you mind waiting here for me, Mr. Hyde? Okay. Your phone is in the other room. Mags makes her way into the other room to answer the phone. Guess I'd better stay here until she's done. Now I think of it. Well, is that him? I'm sure there's a photo of her husband around here. Yeah, it's time for us to ransack this place. Yee! Alright. Before I actually, start ransacking this place, let me go ahead and read about Margaret's husband, George Patrick. Now we have new information about him. Mag's late husband. He was a regular at Hotel Cape West, a successful businessman. He was married. He was murdered 13 years ago. Married, murdered, tomato. Both of these will definitely end your life for sure. Have a nice day. At it again. Making fun of, reflecting on, maybe reflecting on his relationship experience. On the table, a package addressed to Mags. I wonder why someone decided to send her a clock. Is that it? Is that the only thing that we're gonna wonder about? The armchair matches the sofa. A wooden coffee table with a square lace tablecloth on top of it. Lace, huh? I think we've checked this area before, viewers, right? Not all of them, though. The sofa has 2 cushions on it. They have the same design, but the colors are different. Color with a U, huh? A 2-seater sofa with a floral design. I think we read about we actually inspected these objects at least. There's not a spark of dirt or dust on it. I don't think we managed to check everything though. Oh, I cannot check this one here. Maybe I can go from this side to check it out. No, I cannot. Sadly. Yeah, I remember actually checking on these. Was this new though? The vase of flowers adds a little more color to the mantelpiece. Yeah, well, we've definitely checked on this, so okay. So I guess the only thing that we need to do is just check what's inside these drawers and probably the pictures too. It's another one of these wooden cabinets. It's been covered with a large frilly tablecloth. Among other things are a TV and some photo frames set on it. Meg's television seems a little on the small side. Where does she sit? Well, yeah, if she's gonna sit here, I guess this TV is a little bit smaller. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right, Kyle. There's a floor lamp in the corner. It's pretty tall. I'm not gonna say it's pretty tall. It's normally sized. Flower. The vase here is simple and elegant. There are flowers in it, but I don't know what they're called. Flowers aren't really my thing. They're lilies. Nah, actually, I don't know. A commemorative plate. Not sure what it's commemorating, though. There's a man playing on a tenor saxophone in this picture. Yeah, we've seen these, that's for sure. This must be George Patrick. Patrice. Ooh, is this Margaret? It's a photograph in a frame. The photo is of a cheerful young woman. Cheerful. That's definitely her. George and Margaret. This picture has the signatures of George and Margaret on it. This must be a picture of Mags when she was younger. She's wearing a very unique designed necklace. Huh. Well, I guess it is fancy. It is fancy. That's probably her. Who's the other one, though? Don't tell me it's McGrath. The lady that got murdered. This photograph is of two young women. Based on their clothes, they must be dancers. This is a pretty old picture. Well, I guess we're gonna ask her about these. Huh? The door to the room opens and Mags walks in. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Hyde. It's no problem. I took the liberty of looking at the pictures on the shelf. Oh, these old things. What can you tell us about it? Is one of the women in the picture Mags? When was the picture of them taken? I'm gonna ask this first. When was the picture of you and your husband taken? Right after we were married. That necklace you see still gets worn today. Oh, it's the same necklace that you're wearing right now. It was a present from my late husband and is one of a kind. It's an impressive item, that's for sure. I love this picture of us more than any of the others I have. I'm sure your mother has one of her own that she values above the rest too. As Mags utters those words, I think to myself, Mom doesn't have a single picture of her and Dad. Not one. Interesting. Is one of the women in the picture is Mag? The picture hanging on the wall with the two women. Is one of them you? You're absolutely right. Can you tell though, Mr. Hyde? I think, yeah, there's a resemblance, especially in style too. Tell which one of them is me. She's the one to the right. You're the one to the right. You're the one on the right. I am indeed. Well done. Who's the woman in the shot with you? She was a dear friend of mine. A fellow dancer. A dancer? Ooh. Yes, it may be hard to believe now, but I was once a dancer. Ah. Oh, uh-oh. Are you alright, Margaret? What's wrong? My head. It hurts. Are you okay? I'm sorry, I sometimes get like this. It's my reminder of the events that took place during that awful time 13 years ago. You'd better rest. I'll leave you in peace. That's very kind of you. But before you go, Mr. Hyde, may I ask a favor? Please keep what I've told you today to yourself. I swear, I won't breathe a word to anyone. Okay, time for me to be on my way. Indeed. Okay. We actually swore to her. Cross my heart, hope to die? Didn't say that, though. Didn't Pinky swear her, so... It's not a legit swear. I leave Meg's room. Mags. Seems she's had a somewhat colorful life. I don't know about colorful. Mr. Hyde. Huh? Oh. Dylan. Can I speak to you? What's it about? Were you waiting on me or something? You went to Mrs. Patrick's room, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. What did the two of you talk about in there? Well, I told her that I'm not gonna say anything. Well, we talked about leaving this place. I see. Are you curious? No, not really. Anyway, I've got to be on my way. Dylan goes directly into Meg's room. Whoa, really? Didn't knock or anything? No, it's my pager. Oh, Rachel, got some, more info? I'd better head back to my room. Okay. Can I go and knock on Meg's room? Why did he go back there, though? I'm busy. Can we talk later? I hear Meg's voice ring out from inside the room. Busy doing what? I wonder. Ew. Megs and Dylan? Ew. 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 Are you saying, haven't I say, are you saying that ugly people can't find love? Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. That's rude! That is rude. What happened to Frank? We haven't seen him in a while, really. What the hell happened to him? I don't care about the French guy, though. Gotta be honest. He can sacre blue on these nuts. All right, let's head back to our room. Oh, I don't think there's anything else. We'll kind of wanna talk to Betty. Maybe yeah, I'll see Betty if she has something to say. Really don't care about Mary too, even though I should try and talk to her. Probably talk to her about the ring.